Greetings, my fellow nerds. Welcome to Extra Credits, the once a week talk show. We're talking about video games, and nothing but video games, and sometimes video game bots. Joining me is caster of the Black Mages Society. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Cast Firega.
Oh, right off the bat, we have channel member Jason Ingram. Are you surviving, sir? Are you sufficiently chilled?
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a heat wave kind of sweeping the country right now. It is currently 90 degrees here in Michigan, and that is ungodly hot for the state. I did manage to go swimming while an air show was going on, so I was like swimming on a lake and jets were flying over. I never felt more American. Like, and they were like really close too. Like they swooped way down. Like I swear I could see one of them wink at me or something. I'm joking, but you know.
Awesome.
So yep, Jason flexing his awesome mightness. So let's just kind of start it off with what you've been playing, player.
Well, haven't really been playing much. I really need to start getting into my backlog of stuff here. But yeah, last night on the stream, I mentioned I got Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, but apparently it's not the right copy, the right version. Gotta get the Xbox version.
Yeah, the Switch version isn't really the best, honestly. So Jason's been working on Harry Potter Dragon Age crossover. Okay, all right, I dig it. Yeah, we will be talking about Dissidia, Cameron, and also hello. As for myself, Square has been having their sale on their Games to See page, and so I've kind of been watching Star Ocean second story R, waiting for that to get down in price, and it finally got down to like $25-ish, and I bought it, and oh my god, I've been having so much fun with that game. Actually,
beautiful.
Yeah, I showed a little bit off of it, like the tail end of the stream. It's a great game. It is a great game. I hope you get to enjoy it one day. But enough of that. Let's get into some headlines, shall we? Yep.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, Paciparia.
All right, so welcome to Headline Hysteria. We talk about all the stuff that's important, just not enough for a full video. So we kind of got two major things. First off, I'd say we have the first bit of news is we have Happy Dinosaur in the chat. It says happy day to you, Phoenix Press. Happy day to you, Happy Dinosaur. And then the other bit of news is we got Jacob Carver. Hello, how you doing, buddy? Oh gosh, I'm starting to get to the point to where I'm kind of like, I really feel like banning his name from this channel because I feel like this dude is just doing it for the show. But we're going to talk about this perhaps for the last time. So, Caster, did you hear that Adi Shankar bought the film rights for Duke Nukem?
Yeah, I heard about that, and I'm very sad.
Yeah, and like he was gloating about it. Like see, that's why he thrives off of this kind of negative attention. Like literally the only way to beat him is to not look at him.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I'm kind of getting close to the point where, okay, chat, let me know. Should we just stop talking about Adi Shankar? Just let me know. Like if you say to stop talking about it, I will happily just ban his name from this channel. We'll just never cover him again. Like, just choke him of his attention.
Yeah.
But here's one thing I'm really more interested in is Happy Dinosaur says that they just finished playing some Need for Speed Hot Pursuit and Point Tetris 2. That is actually more interesting than whatever Adi's doing. I will say that. But the thing I find fascinating is, so obviously the Switch 2 came out. Yes, we're doing that. That's another black hole that I might just kind of lay off. But this is kind of one of those like kind of things. So they have like basically it's like you either have a 64 gigabyte card or you have basically a game key card, which is essentially digital. Most games were game key cards, and a lot of third parties are reporting less than stellar sales. You know, kind of thing. Caster, what do you think?
They're having less than stellar sales.
Yeah.
I mean, inevitable.
Yeah, I do find it kind of interesting. We are kind of maybe seeing the Wii U scenario play out because, like, remember the Wii U got like really strong third-party support, but then they kind of left after about a year. Different scenario, like basically all the third parties just made crappy versions of games that people have played like years ago, and they wonder why people don't buy them. But it's still similar. But yeah. I think like the next year is going to be interesting because like you're starting to see a lot more like negative sentiment around the Switch 2. Yes and no, Happy Dinosaur, because I think the 64 gigabyte card is $16 just for that card. So I don't know. I lay the fault at Nintendo squarely for not having more cards available. I don't know, because like if your game is only 16 gigabytes, why would you pay so much money for a 64 gigabyte card? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some sympathy, some. But yeah, the next year is going to be interesting. And I'm going to be honest, I'll probably buy a Switch 2 eventually, maybe year 2 or 3, when like the prices come down a little bit, or maybe buy a Switch 2 Lite. But I'm not buying it for at least a year. What about you, Caster?
I'm not going to get it at all. I don't care about it.
Yeah, I got my PC, I got my Steam Deck, obligatory mention or whatever. Yeah, Jason nails it. Faults Nintendo alone. Like obligatory F you, Nintendo. Yeah, Jacob. Remember when you bought a game and you actually bought a game?
Yeah.
That feels like a boomer comment now. That you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, back in my day, when we bought a game, we got the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got the game. There wasn't endless updates. You know, it's like the game was made. You know, and if it came out and it was buggy, well, guess what? You lost money, buddy. That's why I think the internet is great for a lot of things, but it also made a lot of companies more sloppy. Because they're like, oh, we'll just fix it in post.
Yeah, exactly. Or all right, rush the game out 6 months early. We'll fix everything in patches or whatever.
Yeah, you know, it just made a lot of people sloppy, and it gave everybody a quick, easy button, and that's why like a lot of games come out and it's like, oh my god, it's unplayable, or oh my god, it's so buggy, or oh my god, that did not happen a whole lot back in the day. And if it came out, if your
games had bugs. Games sometimes have bugs. Like original Pokemon is held together with Scotch tape and a prayer.
Yeah, but there's a lot of games out there that had bugs on them. But I mean, that's gonna happen. But like, if your game was a absolute buggy mess, there was no safety net of the internet to like do patches and stuff. You either had to refund people's money or just go under. You lose enough money, especially if you were a small company. Bam, you're gone. You know.
You know who's not gone, but who's back is Nathan Brown.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm on fire with these comments. This is great. But yeah, like everything you said, Caster.
And everything.
Tuesday, bad joke done.
Yeah, and this is what else another pisses me off too. I kind of like feel like a boomer moment, but what happened to just unlockables? Everything is you would unlock different things for games, get different cool stuff, and you would work for it. Now it's like, nah, I'm gonna pay for that skin.
No, instead of like you buy a game, you spend the next 12 hours unlocking all the characters. You buy the game, you spend 5 seconds swiping your card or just punching the numbers in,
Yeah,
and then you unlock all the characters.
Yeah, now the games back in the day did have unlockable characters, but you unlocked them by grinding or doing some stuff. You didn't unlock it by getting a pass. Yeah, I think one of the worst trends in gaming that happened was live services.
Yeah, I agree.
It does not work for every model, but by God, they want to shoehorn into every single damn game
the
you can
problem
get.
with live services is they're designed to suck up as much of your time and money as possible. And the problem is, when you have a game that is designed to suck up as much of your time and money as possible, it kind of doesn't let you play other games. Yep.
That's how they do it. They want you on that one game forever.
Yeah, and that's probably the reason why Call of Duty takes up 500 gigs on your hard drive. It's like, we don't want anyone this is your Call of Duty hard drive.
Yeah.
Happy Dinosaur, there's a cream for that, right?
Burns my ass too.
What?
Happy Dinosaur, it burns my ass? A flame about 3 feet high.
You know what burns my ass? When I try and light my farts on fire.
Yeah. They said the answer is the company wants more money, so they make all the special things worth money. So make all the special things worth money.
Designed around taking your money,
they don't care about you grinding anymore. Yep.
Like Ubisoft, they'll be like, oh, this Assassin's Creed game has no microtransactions. Then lo and behold, halfway through the game, when you're already 10, 20 hours in, there's a section that gets really, really freaking hard, and you can either grind for another 10 hours of doing monotonous stuff, or, we have XP potions.
Yeah. Most of my games didn't have bugs. And then again, I had a 3DS, so I was lucky.
3DS had some bugs. I remember Pokemon X and Y. There was the Lumio City bug, to where if you save somewhere in Lumia City, it would corrupt your save. I remember Nintendo handled that probably as best they could, because they were used to bugs like this on a game. They basically released statements be like, hey, don't save in these areas, and then they released the patch and whatnot. So I thought they handled that as best they could. But yeah.
Name a live model that actually worked. Well, that's the problem. They do work. The designers.
the ones that are fair. I think that's at the
Yeah.
I do think GTA Online. I know some people it's predatory, but it's actually not that hard to earn money if you work at it and play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, everything is really expensive. It's monetized to crap, but it's not that hard to earn money. You get if you have 4 people and you play regularly, you can pretty much afford anything you want.
Yeah.
I will say Marvel Rivals has a pretty fair model. You buy a pass and it doesn't expire. I think that's really, really freaking cool. But yeah.
Well, you can what I like about it is you can you can buy a battle pass and then and it doesn't expire. And what I liked was they actually a little while ago or a few weeks ago they brought back the season 0 battle pass, so you could buy that. And since they don't expire, you once you're done grinding the current one, you can go back and switch over to the other one. So
I might have to
actually
get that.
yeah, it actually has it where you can switch between battle passes, and so you can grind them as you want, and spend them on as you want. And also, what I like about it is you earn. I think you can earn in-game currency. I think you can grind it pretty fast, especially the battle pass money to like unlock stuff. I think that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But like today, I bought a Invisible Woman skin that they just had. They just dropped one for her.
Please
And
make sure to show it to us tomorrow.
yeah, it's a Future Foundation skin. They gave one to every member of the Fantastic Four. And anyways,
I
hers
want to
was
see
like
before boob window Sue. I want that one.
but they have but it was like 1,600 chrono tokens or whatever it is, whatever the currency is. But the thing is, I had enough in my account that I could pay for it, but I paid for it with all money that I earned,
Yeah.
which was cool. So you can buy it, but I like how they give you the option of if you want to grind hard enough, you can get that skin. If you grind enough.
And it's not like, oh yes, you can grind for it, but it's not like the Star Wars Battlefront 2 model where it's like, yeah, you can grind for it, but it's like 50 hours per hero. No, it's actually a reasonable amount of grinding.
It's a reasonable amount. If you play consistently, you'll earn the money fairly fast. But if you play that's every once in a while,
yeah. Well, like some of these companies be like, well, you can earn money, you can buy everything. What they don't tell you is it takes 500 hours of grinding to unlock everything.
Yeah. So, but I think Marvel Rivals live service model is actually pretty fair. You put the time in, you'll get stuff. You don't have to put in like an absurd amount of time, but if you play, pretty frequently, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
GTA Online can get a bit grindy.
Yeah.
But like not too much. But there's always money making methods for that game. They're always releasing new stuff.
Mm-hmm. But the thing about those games is they don't have anything, final.
Yeah, it never stops. I don't mind it when it's like an MMO, but like the problem is, all right, Happy Dino will be back. That's good. That's good. We want you back, Happy Dino. Like I don't mind MMOs when they do that. Like I don't know, like these matchmaking games, like Marvel Rivals, Call of Duty, Overwatch, those kind of things. I don't know. It just feels like repetitive kind of thing. Whereas an MMO, it's like you're in a world. There's multiple things you can do. Like, I'm like, I'll just go back and grind some. I'll go back and do old raids and get some transmog for my character, or I'll do this or that. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, one is more of like a shooter, arcade kind of game, and the other one is like an actual RPG. Yeah. But speaking of RPGs,
haha, Caster with the segues here. So, I think it's finally time to talk about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, like the game that is never actually final.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I've been a fan of this series for a while. I think the first one that popped on my radar was most kids my age with Final Fantasy VII. I played a lot, played a lot of the other PS1. Like the first one I actually played was FF8. That's the first one I actually played. I think I rented it from my local Blockbuster in like '99 or some stuff like that. I remember I was playing it in the family living room, and I was facing this boss, like, "Hey mom, look at this," because I thought she was sleeping on the couch. Turns out it was my mom's friend.
Wow.
that was kind of awkward, but it was funny. You have Final Fantasy X, or you have 10 Final Fantasies,
Yeah,
or both.
I need to play it. He says.
I started playing it on the PC because I have the remaster version. I need to do more of it.
Like I knew of Final Fantasy for the longest time, but my first introduction was probably most people's introduction around that time was Final Fantasy VII, which also is like the most selling, most sold copies ever.
It prints money.
Yeah, it's the highest selling Final Fantasy game ever, and the thing was, I instantly fell in love with it. I love the art style. I love the grittiness of the first part of the game. It has that almost like a cyberpunk feel to it,
Yeah.
or a steampunk cyberpunk kind of thing. Loved it, and
I would say the first Midgar section is cyberpunk, but the rest of the game kind of has like this like fantasy steampunk kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it's all and I absolutely loved it. I totally got immersed into it. I love the story. It's I wish I could go back and play it for the first time again, and then I never played 8 or 9. I don't know why I skipped over them, but I never did. And then I went on to Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, 10 was so Cameron, Kingdom Hearts kind of counts. We'll talk about like the side games, and we'll very brief talk about Kingdom Hearts. I have no experience with Kingdom Hearts, so it'll be very, very brief. Very anime. Yeah, that's fair. This is not a Final Fantasy VII stream. This is not a Final Fantasy VII. Like that's why I was very adamant to like not have a Final Fantasy VII thumbnail, not use a Final Fantasy VII in intro, because that's like very easy to do. Because this is not a Final Fantasy VII stream. Well, it's not here. He can't hurt you.
Yeah.
But so I guess we'll just say, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? For me, there's 2 of them: Final Fantasy IV and then Final Fantasy VIII. Those are my 2 favorites. What about you, Ken?
Final Fantasy VII. That's my favorite. I know it's cliche, but it is my favorite. It's the one
that is like the most vanilla takes.
It is, but it's where I got introduced to it. I love it. I love the characters. It's the one I've played probably the most, repeated times. I played it, multiple sessions playing it. Even though I have played, different Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy IV is probably, I would say, I want to say it. I'd say
the most Final Fantasy. It is the most. To me, it's the quintessential Final Fantasy game.
It is the quintessential Final Fantasy. It's pretty much like what everything was building up to at that point.
Like it's got a story. It has the jobs. It has all like the tropes of Final Fantasy. It's got great characters. The thing about Final Fantasy is the games sometimes get obsessed with their mechanics, like the gimmicks of the game.
Yeah.
With 8, it's like they get really into the weeds of like the junction system and all that stuff. 10, Blitzball. Do I need to say more? But they always have very solid stories, and they always do strike the chords. Like I dare anyone to play FF4 and get to the scene, the stone scene. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say the stone scene. Anyone who's played FF4 knows what I'm talking about. Go to that scene and not feel something.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So I'd say 4 is probably second favorite.
I like 2. I like 2 because it has that like proficiency system that would eventually go into like the Saga games.
Yeah.
I've never played 10-2. I need to give that a shot.
I played 10-2. I could not get into it. The
The only
mechanics
thing
were.
I know is it has like a shiatsu massage mini game where you got a girl on girl massage thing.
Oh,
Like
well,
they knew what they were doing
then.
with that game.
Well, then I might have to just take my stance back. No, but yeah, it was too much of a departure from 10. It pretty much is. It's a mechanical and everything, like game mechanics and everything. Like it's a different game completely. And the story, but it's the same, continuation of the story. So, but I couldn't get into it. But again, that's not.
You're good.
This isn't a Final Fantasy game.
That's nice. You're good.
If you hear that, that's the sound of Caster buying this game.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we got Black Reaper in the chat. We got our Reaper King. Let's see here. From what I played, 10's pretty good.
10 is really good.
That's another one of those like first Final Fantasy games for a lot of people.
For it is, yeah, because it's the first one on the system. Yeah. Final Fantasy 10 to me is the last great Final Fantasy.
What about 12?
12, I could not finish it. I just got kind of bored with it. I did not really care for the mechanics of it. I guess I'm an old school guy. I like the turn-based active time battle kind of stuff. But I couldn't get into it. The story, I don't know. I just couldn't get it. The story didn't even grab me.
I
As
will
the other
say
ones
this though. I played Final Fantasy 15, and I was really digging it when it was like open world. You kind of take the game at your own pace. The problem is, at a certain point in the game, you like cross continents, and the game becomes like hella linear for like the last third of the game, and I was not into it. Like,
Okay.
I just was not digging it. But like that first part where it's open world, and you can kind of like, hey, let's do a story quest. Let's hunt some stuff. Like it was nice. It was like, take your time, enjoy the world, do some stuff, have some fun.
Yeah. And like and then you had like Final Fantasy 11, which is like the weirdest one of all because it was like the actual full online one.
Wait, Jacob, what do you mean by all the popping? Are we peeking? Like, are we some audio issues? Let us know. But I do like Final Fantasy 14. I need to play it again still.
Yeah, I never played any of the 360 ones. So 13, 14.
Yeah.
Haven't played those. 16 just came out apparently.
I tried to play 16. I think I tried to play the demo. But like I don't like it when games like front load you with like cutscenes. Like when I play a game, I want to play it. Like I don't want to be setting the controller down for like the first 15, 20 minutes watching cutscenes.
Yeah.
The massage. Oh,
the massage. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, pops are good. But I prefer. But it's actually called soda, my friend.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So, anyways, Jake's on me a Coke. Anyways,
all right. As long as it's not a Pepsi, we're good. I could do some loosening up. I should call my person. And my person, if you don't actually have a person, I need a person. God. Oh, the heat's getting me. But so talk about like some of the spin-offs, I guess. Obviously Tactics. Tactics is a big one. See, I never really played much of the PlayStation one, but I played a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Yeah. I never played Final Fantasy Tactics. I never got into that style of RPG. I know because I know Tactics pretty much like anytime you have a game like it, everyone says it's tactics like. You know, it's kind of like when people say it's Souls like. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't never gotten to that tactics style of
Your
of
audio is
RPGs.
getting a bit like crackly.
No, I don't know. How about now?
Just like, keep talking.
All right, I'll do that. But yeah, so yeah, I never really got into that tactics style of RPGs, but you know, I know how people
You're
like
still
it.
crackling.
All right, let's see here.
All right, and then while he's looking at some setting stuff,
How about now?
so yeah, I play. Ooh, got that little ASMR voice kind of going on.
Oh yeah, hey. So we're gonna check out Final Fantasy today. I'll I'll get long nails and start tapping on the mic. Oh god, I hate that. By the way, have you seen those where they tap on the mic and stuff?
Okay, this is a tangent. This is like the tangent of all
I know.
tangents.
I know.
I never understood ASMR. Like, oh, here, I'm turning paper. I got and it's like also like most of it is thinly veiled corn.
Oh, I know.
Pornography. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, apparently some people like there's sounds that some people just like I don't know, just apparently they love hearing, and it's pleasure to them.
I mean,
And-
I like hearing the 16-bit Capcom sound, but then like
Yeah.
we
one
got
that-
Orthodox Monk flexing.
the one that really I can't stand is they'll have the ones where like they're licking the side of the mic, so it sounds like someone's licking inside your ear, and I'm just like, I cannot stand that. That one freaks me out the most. But they'll sit there and they'll tap nails on like the side of it and everything. It bugs the shit out of me. I don't know how people like it. To me, it's annoying. But yeah. But anyways, off that tangent.
And all right, all the members they're doing their flexing.
Good. Flex on everyone. The PS1 boot up sound is like cracked in my. Dude, oh my god! I could play it on loop and go to fucking sleep with that. Just oh.
All right. You ready? Oh, it's time to wake up. It's flexing in his own way.
Yeah.
All right. So
Good.
for all us elder millennials, would you like some elder millennial ASMR? That is ASMR. I'm gonna play it again. Oh, that feels so good.
Thank you, Street Fighter 2 music.
Oh gosh. But yeah, some of those we need to do we need to do a show entirely devoted to like video game intros of yesteryear because there's some bangers.
Or just like system boot up screens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going on the list. That is going on the list. We definitely that would be so fun.
Let's see here. I had a girlfriend in high school. Oh yeah, I had a girlfriend in high school that had some fascination with ears. It was weird, but she was real cute. Sometimes cute can override that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can overlook it.
Like my last girlfriend, she loved to like run her fingers through my hair. Like we'd be like on the couch watching a movie, and she just like reach her hand up. Like, yeah, that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Caster, I know we had that like one topic for next week, but you want to do boot up sounds, like boot up intros next week?
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah.
All right, we're doing okay. The crowd has spoken. We're doing video game intros next month, and you bet your sweet bottom, the Capcom is gonna be the thing for that. Oh God. So, guys, we will play all of your favorite intros that you request next week. We'll do that next week, I promise. Because they're like 10, 15 seconds. We get playing them all day long. So we will play any of them you request next week. We're doing Final Fantasy now. I know this intro thing is really cool, but like
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Mortal Kombat, make sure to tune in this Friday at the Friday Night Feature. We're reviewing the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, hold on, wait. The original one or the sequel?
1995, the original.
Oh, nice. No, okay, good. Oh, okay, good. Annihilation is terrible.
Okay. I have. All right.
Just don't breach the upper echelon of the crazy hot scale. You got to balance them.
All right. So, by the way, this video is labeled the worst line in script writing history.
Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die.
I wouldn't say it's the worst line in history, but definitely the worst line reading.
She went to the William Shatner School of Acting.
Because I feel like there is a way to make that line work. I don't know what they were smoking, but it certainly wasn't smoke.
Yeah.
God, I'm on fire today. He's on fire.
But getting back to the topic at hand. Yeah, a lot of I think everyone's favorite Final Fantasy is the one that, like, you know,
it's like their favorite Zelda game. It's the one you play when you're 12.
It's the one you play on the first on a console. You know that your first console is your first Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
But I don't know anybody whose favorite Final Fantasy is 1 and 2, because
well, they're probably old heads, honestly.
yeah, because I'm going to tell you what, Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasy for the NES, is a grind.
I've only really played the ports. Like, I played Final Fantasy Advance and 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls, and then they had some really good PSP ports of 1 and 2. That's how I played them.
Yeah, but yeah, first one is it is a doozy. It is a slog to get through. But what's kind of cool is, though, you know, getting into a little bit of history, you know, from Square, you know, the company that made it. So they tried to make. They originally made games for PCs, and they've had
Japanese PCs, yeah,
the Japanese PCs, and they made a few bangers, I guess. But mostly, you know, they mostly made mid games. You know, they weren't really a that great of a game company. They made a few good games. Here and there, they had a couple bangers, but most of all, you know, wasn't really that great. I know they made, I think it's called Knight's Tale or Knight's Quest, King's Knight. I think, yeah, something like that. On the NES, it's a vertical top shooter.
All I know is that in Final Fantasy 15, they won't shut up about playing it. So
yeah. So, anyways, it was a top down shooter that was. See, and no, it sounds like that meme because it was the style at the time. But no, like those shooters were very popular in Japan at that moment, and they wanted to do a a top down shooter that was a different genre than space and modern, because it was either modern like tanks and planes and stuff, or it was like futuristic spaceships. So they wanted to do a fantasy one, so they did that where you can switch between different characters. I've played it before. It's okay. It's not the greatest. I do like the cover of the box. It's really awesome. The thing is, Square, and I found out the reason why they're actually called Square is because they had 4 development teams that were simultaneously making games. So that's how that was their model, is they had like 4 teams making games all at once. So yeah, that's why it's called Square.
I thought it was because they made square games.
No,
No,
and
the games were in the shape of a square.
oh no, I don't think that's what it was. I don't know, but
All right, so real quick, Orthodox Monks wants to ask me, you like Earthbound, right, Nick? I don't hate it. I've tried playing a couple times. I thought it was okay. If you put a gun to my head or a super chat to my ear, I'll probably play it and enjoy it. But I never really could get into it. Darius Twin, the Ocean Fish Shooter. Yeah, that's one topic that like I'm probably not going to cover on this show because I'm not a shooter guy. I'm not like those like the top down side scroll shoot. I've never, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But keep going.
But yeah, so anyways, the thing about Square though is that hesitant. A lot of the higher ups were really hesitant of making, RPGs. And I know, what's his name? Was it Tamaguchi? I think it's his name.
Yamaguchi or whatever.
Yamaguchi. Yeah, I think it was Yamaguchi. Yeah, Yamaguchi. He really wanted to make like RPGs because him and first off, they were really impressed with Enix's Dragon Quest. Dragon War. Really popular, and it proved, because that was the thing, was for the longest time they kept telling them, no, you can't make RPGs can only be made on the PC. They can't be made on something like the Famicom. They can't do it.
Yeah, because Earthbound really pioneered the console RPG, or essentially the JRPG, but just RPGs on the consoles. So you could say Dragon Quest is to RPGs on the console what GoldenEye is to shooters on the console.
Yeah. So they kept saying like you can't do it, but then Enix proved everybody wrong and made Dragon Warrior for Dragon Quest, whatever
Either or, it's fine.
Either or. Made Dragon Warrior on the NES or / Famicom, and it worked. And they were really, that was really like a moment for them. We're like, we could do this. And so for the longest time, they kept wanting to do it, but they kept fighting the higher ups in the corporate because the higher ups weren't just convinced. They wanted, they looked at Nintendo sales and stuff, and they said, it's all arcadey kind of games, action based games, and that's what we should be focusing on. And they made a few action games, and they did well, but nothing really worth nothing really put them into the stratosphere. And the thing is that Enix actually had a similar problem with Dragon Warrior, because when Dragon Warrior came out, the sales were initially bad. People did not like it. And what happened was they got on the phone with some people, and they actually, some of the people who worked on it started doing more of like, some good public PR with like Shonen Jump. They got into Shonen Jump magazine and did like articles where they were talking about it more, and kind of because people didn't really understand.
People weren't familiar with this type of game. It's like
people weren't. Yeah, the NES player or the Famicom typical player wasn't familiar with this style of gameplay, so they didn't touch it. So
the best equivalent I can think of is, remember when GTA 3 came out and how much of a watershed moment that was?
Yeah,
it's a kind of similar situation here. And I just compared Dragon Quest to GTA 3. I just thought that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they they did a lot of PR in like things that people who played Famicom games would be looking at. So Shonen Jump magazine, popular manga, serialized manga comes out weekly. They did articles in that, and it got people asking questions. It got people interested. And then when people started playing it, it got popular by word of mouth because people, people on playgrounds and stuff would talk about it. And so by word of mouth, it got popular. And all of a sudden, it became actually one of the best-selling NES games for that time. And also, what was cool about it was it came on a disc system. It came on the disc system, which was very popular in Japan at that time. Well, so the success of Dragon Warrior kind of helped the people at Square. So eventually, they each got projects to work on, and Yamaguchi said, "You know what? I'm going to try this one." So they finally did, and
originally they were trying to make a game, like the game they're trying to make eventually was what eventually became the Mana series. By the way, was Snake Densetsu: Legend of the Holy Sword, and that's the game they're trying to make initially. But I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So and they, but everyone kind of like put their, and that was the thing is everyone kind of came over and put their 2 cents into the game, and they said people who, they got done with their product or project, they'd come over and help with the Final Fantasy project because everyone was kind of excited about this, and and eventually when it came out, it was a mass success. And the thing was, they hired Yoshitaka Amano to be the illustrator, and that was the thing is they wanted the illustrations to like be different from Dragon Warrior because Dragon Warrior famously had hired Akira Toriyama, who at the time, was doing Dragon Ball.
And for those who have not seen this man's art, like Akira Toriyama's great, yeah, but like the richness and like the uniqueness of this art.
Yeah, he also famously did. He also famously did the artwork and is still doing the artwork for the Vampire Hunter D novels. But the man's artwork is great. But the thing was, they wanted they wanted their artwork to be different from Dragon Warrior because Dragon Warriors look more, as they said, look more like kiddie, look more cartoony. Where they wanted theirs to look more, they wanted theirs to be more mature title game, and they wanted their artwork to look more like something more an adult would want to play. And
like
they were
look
going
at
for
this
that.
art; it is beautiful.
It is very beautiful. He's a very talented artist. But they wanted him to do that artwork for that. And at first they didn't, they hired, they were looking at different artists. Eventually they fell on him though. I'm glad they did. But he was not their first pick, and I'm glad they did get him. But yeah, they picked him, and they said that they built Final Fantasy with the intention to quote knock Dragon Quest off its perch.
And they didn't quite do that, to be fair.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest was always the more popular game in Japan. Because that's
in
the thing.
Japan.
Final Fantasy is popular in Japan, but Dragon Quest is a national institution in Japan. Like,
yeah,
I'm trying to think of like Dragon Quest is kind of like Lord, like I don't want to say Lord of the Rings because like that would be like to Britain or whatever. I'm trying to think of like an equivalent piece of media. It's like Superman kind of. Like when you think of something that's as like purely Japanese, you think of Dragon Quest. So okay, let's just do Superman. That's fair enough. When you think of something that's like a piece of media that is like quintessentially American, you think of something like maybe something like Superman or Captain America or whatever. But Superman is like one of those ingrained in our culture kind of things. Dragon Quest is that in Japan, but this is not a Dragon Quest stream.
Yeah.
And yes, it's time to wake up. They did give away copies of Dragon Warrior if you signed up for Nintendo Power.
Yeah, and I actually have that cover letter, which I'm proud of.
But
yeah,
that
also.
The point is, Dragon Warrior, like Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, the series are intertwined. They are intertwined series. I mean, they're owned by the same company now, anyway. But they've always been two sides of the same coin, really. in
Yeah.
terms of like RPG series.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is the more whimsical, doesn't take itself too seriously. Like we were talking about this last night after the stream. Final Fantasy is usually the more serious, like story, characters, you know,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it takes itself more seriously in on Final Fantasy side, and yeah, Dragon Quest is more lighthearted fantasy, you know. But the thing is, the reason why we're talking about Dragon Quest is because it was a major inspiration and a major target for why they were doing Final Fantasy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, if you're going to talk about JRPGs, you have to talk about Dragon Quest because it was, it opened the door for a lot of people, and specifically in this story, it does for Final Fantasy because
it's like every FPS discussion needs to talk about Doom. It's like every MMO discussion needs to talk about EverQuest and World of Warcraft kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But Final Fantasy, and it was a success. And the thing was, unlike there is a story that goes around that's actually not true. It's partially true, I should say. Whereas people often cite Final Fantasy. The reason why it's called Final Fantasy is because it was the company's last, ditch effort to save the company. So they called it Final Fantasy, and that's not technically true because, I mean, the company was still going to be around. They weren't financially hurting.
It was their Final Fantasy. It was the Final Fantasy. Like I'm trying to emphasize the words. I feel like I'm not doing a very good job here.
But it wasn't the it wasn't the
final game. It was the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it was the Final Fantasy, but like they didn't have they were a company that made a bunch of, like, again, they had middling success, and they didn't really have a top tier powerhouse game in their catalog.
This game shot them into a whole different level.
This game shot them into the stratosphere. Real question is, when will you guys get going to get Expedition 33?
When I get the game. When I get the game. That's the answer.
I do need to get it.
I'm either going to wait till it gets on sale, or if somebody gets it for me, I'll gladly play it.
I'm definitely going to be getting it here soon. I just have so much shit that I got to go through.
The backlog is undefeated.
The backlog is crazy, but I do want to get it because, again, it is a love letter. From what I understand, it's a love letter to Final Fantasy from a fan of Final Fantasy. So
final chance for him to make a game that makes it big. Yeah, that's basically what Caster was saying. Orthodox.
Yeah. This was the game to make it big, and this was not technically true. The company wasn't going to go under or anything like that. And they had a bunch of success with all the different ones. And of course, everyone knows the story about Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3 and how they, the numbers were weird. They didn't release them over here in America.
I will say the logic makes sense. Like I'm not mad.
It does.
People,
it does make sense, yeah.
Especially for like that era where like we didn't have as much access to information,
Yeah.
Like, now everyone knows, like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 2 is 4, 3 is 6.
I don't knock it till you try it, man.
I'm playing Hello Kitty on Adventure.
Exactly.
I swear they made that game just to satisfy the meme.
I think they did, yeah.
About 20 years too late, but still, better late than never, I guess.
Yeah. Going back to the question, I am going to get Expedition 33. I am excited for it. Definitely want to get it. Final Fantasy 3 is actually 6 and all that. And again, I there's a lot of people who their favorite Final Fantasy, and they will tell you the bestest Final Fantasy in all of history is and always will be 6. And my answer to that is, yes, 6 is a great game, but it's the game you started with. It falls into that same thing.
There
the
are
one
two
you
Final
started with.
Fantasies. There are two Final Fantasies that I call the hipster Final Fantasy games. The big one is 9. 9 is the hipster Final Fantasy. Because
I would definitely say that, yes.
people who say 9 are there like, okay, I'm going to make very judgmental comments about the 3 Final Fantasy games on the PlayStation. If your favorite Final Fantasy is 7, congratulations, you're a normie.
Yeah.
If your favorite is 8, you're weird.
Yeah. I can see that.
And if your favorite is 9, you have a man bun.
Yeah, you're pretentious.
Oh God! If you hear the way Final Fantasy 9 fans talk about the game,
Oh, I do. I have heard it, and it's insufferable. And I'm like, look, if you like it, that's great. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad
great
game.
game. I'm sure if I played the game, I'd enjoy the ever-loving crap out of it. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but guys,
calm down.
I don't know the name of the girls like of like the main like okay for the to do the Final Fantasy 9 female okay guys, Garnet is not gonna sleep with you. Please, for the love of God, get your head out of Garnet's butt.
Like Guy says, my favorite is 7, and it's the only one I've ever played. I would say
okay. I'm not gonna say that to Caster. That would be mean. I can't do that.
I would say definitely try other Final Fantasy games. 7 is great, but
7 is good. I like 7. 7 is really
7
fun.
is good, but yeah, I would definitely recommend playing some other ones.
Play 4.
If you like 7, I would say play 10 because that I think you'll enjoy that.
Okay. If your favorite is 13, congratulations. You're a Zoomer.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're a Zoomer and you have no taste.
Okay.
These are really funny. Wait. If FF6 is your favorite, you will probably try to suplex a train in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to
play the games.
If your favorite Final Fantasy is 1, congratulations, you're old as shit. If your favorite Final Fantasy game is 2, you don't exist. You literally just don't exist. If your favorite is 3, as much as you claim otherwise, you first played it on the DS. Oh gosh. If your favorite is 4, you have good taste. If your favorite is 5,
who the hell are you?
Yeah, exactly. If your favorite is 6, you like avocado toast.
You're insufferable.
And the smell of your own farts. Also, you have a crush on Terra.
I will say that though, people who like 6 are a bit insufferable because it's not that 6 is bad or that you're bad for liking 6. It's just that 6 is the best that's ever been, ever will. Don't even compare it. Whatever you like sucks. 6 is the it's like okay, I get it.
If 10 is your favorite, you're either a woman or you just played Blitzball all the time.
Or you like laughing awkwardly in public.
If you like 10 too, you have this weird Charlie's Angels fetish, or you only played it to get to the massage mini game.
If you like 10 too, then Nix is gonna bonk you.
Oh God. Yes, many bonks. If you like 12, those do exist. I admit it. You only started to like it after we got the Zodiac edition.
No. I would say if you like 11, congratulations. You're one of the few people who had a modem hooked up to your PS2.
No, wait. If you like 11, you're probably still playing 11.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
If the okay, and if you liked 13, and I'm just including the entire trilogy, I don't who likes 13. If you like 14, you're a World of Warcraft refugee, or you just like bunny girls. I don't know.
Is 13 and 14 actually a sequel?
No, 14 is the other MMO.
Okay.
There's 13, 13-2, and then Lightning Returns, I believe.
They made a 13 too. Okay,
Pence
that's why
really
I'm thinking
loves 10 then. God.
Yeah.
If you like Final Fantasy 15, you're gay. I'm just gonna say it, you're gay. 15. By the way, for anyone, these are all like generalizations. We're just having fun here, okay?
Yeah.
If you like 16, if 16 is your favorite, you would literally never.
You were born in the last 10 years.
or you're just hopping on the hype train. Congratulations, you're a streamer e-thought.
Yeah.
So Nathan Brown likes bunny girls confirmed. I really have no room to talk because my main is a female cat girl in 14.
Yeah. They made a 13-3. Oh wow.
Yeah. If you're talking about FF 8, 10, we're talking about if it's your favorite game, not like you like it. It's like the best Final Fantasy game ever, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's just the generalizations. If Final Fantasy Tactics is your favorite game, you're probably very happy right now. But also you just post that same like every time you get a parking ticket, you post the Final Fantasy Tactics meme of like if the punishment for crime is paying for it, it only affects rich people. Like every time you get a parking ticket, you post that meme.
Yeah. And that's the thing about Final Fantasy. There's 16 of them out there now, so you're bound to like one of them. I mean, they're all great games. Some are worse than others, but I mean, whatever. My main girl in FF8. My main is the main girl in FF8. Oh,
Quintus, the glasses girl. She got that whip.
And it's my absolute favorite FF. Dragon Quest is better. Fight me, nerds. Oh, okay. Get in the ring.
I mean, I like Dragon Quest. I do like Dragon Quest. So Dragon Quest is cool.
That's the thing is you can like both.
All right, so I know we talked about like best girls in Final Fantasy, and I'm sorry, it's not Aerith, it's not Tifa, it is not Tifa. It is Quintus is the best girl. I mean, how can you not like her? She's a nerdy girl with the glasses, and she's got a whip.
I got one better.
Who?
Lulu.
I mean, she does have great tits and good opinions.
Big titty goth girl? Hell yeah.
All right, yeah. You mean Riona? I think you said. All right. The only thing I like more than Lulu, is Lulu cosplay.
Oh yeah.
You said that way too weird, sir.
Oh yeah.
Caster! Bonk, bonk, bonk!
Oh yeah. That's it.
Stop it! Stop saying it like that!
I could do it worse.
Nick's librarian looking life. I mean, I do like the live. No, please don't. This is not the stream for it. I should probably stop. Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
Pence is my girl.
I knew this was coming. I knew he was gonna say that. All right. What's your question? What's your question, Black Paper? No, you can't bog him enough. Yeah, fair enough.
I know. Take me to horny jail. They're all horny there anyways.
But yeah, with this, yes, mommy.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll tell you what though.
Okay. Oh, you mean the best part about Final Fantasy 15? I love that they like, because you know there's always a Cid in Final Fantasy. They named the mechanic girl Cid.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Me and Cass are on the same wavelength. Stop now, or Pence will just mistakenly appear. How he doesn't have the invite? You know, he doesn't have an invite for the stream.
Yeah, he's like a vampire, you know.
Yeah,
Black River says, "Is Final Fantasy
I
15
totally
any
didn't
good?"
just send Pence an invite to the stream. I totally didn't. It's 15. Like, I enjoyed 15, like the first part of it, really. After it got really linear. Yeah, there's two reasons why people like 15.
Yeah, left and right.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy.
I might have to give 15 a spin.
With a massive wrench. Okay. For those summons Pence, I've tried. All right. All right. You want me to summon CA Pence? I'll do my best.
It was funny. Pence and his giant pillow of magic.
All right. So I just tagged him on. He has the link, and I just tagged him on Twitter, saying I summoned him to the stream. So let's see if he answers. I don't know if he'll answer. He might be working, but for you, I will try. But I just gotta say, for those who watch my Cyberpunk, who's got the better ass, Cid or Pan Am?
Let's see here. 15 felt more like a movie than anything else.
Yeah, it's fine, I would say. Like I said, I really enjoyed the open world sections of the game, but then it got really linear towards the back half, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. What's really cool is you can play most of the Final Fantasy mainline games on the Switch.
Yeah, most of them, really. I think, like, at least 1 through 12, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of games. And that is, like, not 11, mind you, but, like, yeah, 1 through 6 is a pixel remaster. 7 is on the Switch. 7, 8, 9 is on the Switch. 10 is on the Switch. 10-2 is on the Switch. 11, obviously, is not. 12 is.
And 12. And then the Zodiac expansion, you get that one, too.
Yeah,
that's on there.
That's a lot of Final Fantasy. I got to.
Yeah, so 11 games, 1 through 12, you can play. Well, obviously 10 too. So 12 games. You know.
Yeah.
That should do. So if you want to actually experience them, yeah, you got the Pixel Remaster, which is 1 through 6. Which, you know what? Go ahead and play that clip from last night. The opera.
Oh, okay, all right. So, I was telling Pence about how they, for FF6, they actually 2D HD'd the opera scene, which that's a pretty famous scene, in the game.
Yeah.
Is it just going to be you and I playing each? I don't know yet. Let me talk with Pence and whatnot because it's free to play, so I could probably scrounge around some other people.
I would say play the original first, and then we'll show them what the Pixel remaster looks like. I think that's a nice little jump.
All right. Let me just get everything kind of settled in.
So when we get to FF20, will we finally say it's too much Final Fantasy?
Never.
Oh, we'll be making these until the end of time.
Yeah. Cast Evil Toot. All right, so here is the original version. So, like, for a Super Nintendo game in, like, 95, 96, this is still, like, pretty freaking impressive. Alright, I don't know if I'll get copyright struck for that, so I'm just trying to, like, play it fast and loose. But,
Yeah.
Alright, so here is the Pixel Remaster. And you can already just see the jump. Like, look at that. That looks so good. Fully voice acted, which is kind of cool. Oh, this part, yeah. I like how they got this in the Final Fantasy melody. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's really awesome.
It really is. I just love the 2D art style. So
yeah. Now, dude, this is the Pixel remaster. Yeah, this is the Pixel remaster.
Yeah. Now, the entire game is not 2D HD. This is the part that kind of pissed me off. They did this whole thing in 2D HD, you know, and it looks amazing. But the rest of the game is just standard Pixel remaster, you know. Oh gosh. All right, what are you sending me, Caster?
This is a classic video for Final Fantasy.
Oh no. Oh, I know we're playing next.
This is old school animation. Early days of
unregistered hypercam. It's so old, they haven't even registered the hypercam yet.
Fantasy is an RPG, the only one that I need. It's the RPG for me. Final Fantasy is all that I play.
Oh!
Which puts them all to shame. I only play games that are popular. I only buy the games on that games don't need to buy. That way I know I get good games for sure.
Oh god, that is so vintage.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, they'll be making these games till doomsday is one of the lines.
Yeah.
And that was over 20 years ago, so I mean
this video is probably older than some of the people watching this stream.
Exactly. That's what pisses me off. Because that came out a few years after Final Fantasy X, because you can tell it had characters in it. I think one of my favorite part is the end of it, because they show the famous scene with Aerith kneeling down, and Sephiroth comes around, but then she moves to the side and starts beating the shit out of him with a stick.
So Jason, you wanted lyrics to the Final Fantasy Victory song, right?
You just got boned, FTW. Now you're dead, cause we killed you. We took you by surprise. Boo! We just saw you roaming the forest and said, let's kill those guys. You're a squirrel who somehow has money and sometimes swords and shields. I don't care if you're a cute bunny, I'll kick your ass for reals. Let's all die.
So Caster, you remember Brentalfloss?
Yeah.
Do you remember his STDs? Gotta catch 'em all.
Oh God.
Okay. We're gonna like get close to the sun here. Oh gosh, we're gonna get really close.
July to June, spreading my baby cream. I'm gonna set a record soon. It's always been my dream.
STDs, gotta catch 'em
Across the
all.
map, I'll get to see the crap. Oh, come on down and take a tour through Scaly Town.
STDs,
Yeah, like HPV, hepatitis A, B.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough, or else we're all gonna get an STD. No.
No. Yeah, you get out of here with that.
Yeah, it's time to wake up. You Google and try and find us an actual blue waffle and not the predicament, and get back to us.
Orthodox Month says the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy came out a few weeks ago, and one of the two different Sephiroth cards is one of the most expensive good cards that isn't some crazy special rare of the set. That's cool. I will say right now, the most expensive cards in the Final Fantasy set is the Traveling Chocobo variants. I think I don't know if the original one is worth money, but the variant cards of that is crazy. They come in different colors. There's like, I think Japan has an exclusive black one. I'm not sure, but there's like green Chocobo, pink Chocobo, all that blue Chocobo, and they're all worth a ton of money. But the golden Chocobo is worth the most money. And what's crazy about it is each card actually has a number on it because they only made 77 copies of the golden Chocobo. So if you actually get one of them, it's very rare because you are one of 76 other people who have that card, and they're going for an insane amount of money on eBay right now. Yeah, the one different full color foil rarity. Yep. It's crazy.
Right. So I know you haven't thought about it a long time. By the way, everyone in this stream just lost the game. You all just lost the game. Caster, are you okay?
Okay. Just lost the game.
You know what the game is, right? I'm just waiting for the chat to be like, God damn you. I feel like that's kind of like a millennial thing. Like the whole thing about the game is a very millennial thing.
I've seen Orthodox monks. I've seen them higher. Yeah, they're crazy. They're like, I think the gold is going for like $10,000 right now. It's crazy.
All right, I'm set. I lose always, declaring that you win the game. I mean, not exactly. I mean, you thought about the game, so you've lost the game.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I'm sending you a Wikipedia article. This feels so weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but what are some other all right, let's just talk about Kingdom Hearts real quick. Let's have the obligatory Kingdom Hearts section. Caster, what's your take on Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, Kingdom Hearts at Disney meets Final Fantasy. That's what they meant. When Kingdom Hearts first came out, I was like, "You got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my chocolate." You know, it was like you didn't know that they could go together. It was almost like the first time you hear about chicken and waffles. You're like, chicken and waffles? That's a weird combination. Then you try it, and you're like, that's pretty damn good.
Maybe they got something to it here.
Yeah, maybe they got something on it. I'm still not drinking pickle lemonade to get it.
What?
Yeah, that's apparently a thing now. Is putting a ton of chopped up pickles in your lemonade.
I mean, I like pickles and I like lemonade, but like, I'm gonna eat my pickle and then drink my lemonade. I'm not gonna take the pickle and put it in the lemonade. I'll consume them separately, and that'll be good. Like that actually sounds like imagine it's like a really hot day, okay, and you have a nice glass of like ice cold lemonade, and then you have like a big like cold pickle on your plate. That actually sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
And separately, eat the pickle, drink the lemonade. No, not consume both.
But like on I know at like Popeye's Chicken they have where you can get like pickle lemonade, and I was like no, I really don't feel like trying it. But see, the Kingdom Hearts must effing burn. I dislike it mainly because Sephiroth was harder to beat in Kingdom Hearts than FF7. That's actually okay. If truth be told, that's the main reason I got Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts was the fact that I found out that Sephiroth was a secret boss in the game. Because I was a huge Sephiroth fan back in the day.
Oh wow, even more normie.
Yeah, even more normie. Yep.
And I guess next thing you're about to tell me is "One Winged Angel" is your favorite video game song.
Oh yeah, definitely. The rock version from Advent Children.
Oh, yep. Okay. Actually, we're doing a tangent. Have you heard of the Black Mages?
Yes.
It's a rock band led by Nobu Uematsu. Okay. Let's see here. And they did like rock covers of Final Fantasy songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically any nerd in the 2000s was like gaga for the Black Mages. Right. FF8 boss scene. How cool is this? Alright, I'm only gonna play a little bit of it, but
that's awesome.
Caster, I think you have caught Normie viral. It is caught by physical contact with the Normie.
Yeah.
Caster, you need to be honest with us. Have you got a girlfriend?
No.
Are you getting laid?
If I was, I wouldn't be on the stream. It's like, Cash, you want to be on the stream tonight? No, I'd rather make out my girlfriend.
I understood that reference. Yeah. And you know what the worst part is? I know if he was like dating a girl who's doing the stream, and his girl just came into the room and just flashed him and said, "Come to bed, honey." It's like, all right, stream's over. Sorry, Nick.
Oh, there ain't no just be click. Oh, what happened? I guess technical difficulties. Let's see here. Regular foil version is $30, and it was $20 when the set first came out. Bird tribal decks have been made viable now with Bloomborough and FF sets. Okay, cool. I'm actually thinking about picking up a couple of decks or two just to see what they're like. I'd like to get some packs, open them up. I think that'd be fun. But
yeah, do it on stream.
Yeah, but you know what though, speaking of the Black Mages and all that, I guess you can't talk about Final Fantasy without talking about the wonderful music that comes from Final Fantasy.
Natural
It
segue.
is-
Natural segue.
yeah, I mean, Nobuo Uematsu is a friggin' genius.
Mhm.
He has, the original Final Fantasy theme is iconic. And every game just has just amazing music in it. And it's crazy how he just makes one banger after another.
I would say probably one of my favorites is from like FF4 has a really good soundtrack. Oh, Nick's favorite Final Fantasy has the best soundtrack. How original!
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But and if you guys have a favorite track, let me know, and we'll play snippets of it. I love this. It's like it has to me.
I won't say right now.
It has Across the Stars vibes, like Anakin and Padme scene.
I just want to say that first note literally pulled my soul out of my body and put me somewhere else. I was just like taken to another place at that moment. I just got isekai'd for like 2 seconds. Oh God, yes. Red Wings.
Just so
so good music.
and
Same is true for me. FF8 opening song is iconic.
God, yes. I will have to say though, I have to give FF6 its flowers. The opening of FF6.
And see what's crazy is, this opens up like a freaking movie.
Yeah.
Like, are you playing a game or are you playing a movie? It's 1991 and I'm about to go on an epic journey.
But yeah, this FF6, I want to give credit. Like that's a banger opening.
Yeah. I was gonna say, oh God, what was it?
I can't do, when we're doing this section, I have to. By the way, if I can manage it, this will be my first dance with my wife. If she'll let me. Like, I'm gonna recreate this.
And the thing is, like, Final Fantasy music is so good that to this day I still have the Hymn of the Faith stuck in my head. Because they play that song so damn much in that game that it is impossible for it to be unstuck. Hymn of the Faith from Final Fantasy X.
All right, let me look it up.
Look up Shiva's.
Oh, yeah, Midnight Walk. What is that one?
I don't know. Hymn of the Faith, Shiva.
Hymn of the Faith, Shiva. Okay. Oh yes, yes. is really good, I gotta say.
Yeah. And what's cool is like,
screw you, Jason, and your amazingly good Italian dish. I hate you. I want lasagna now.
yeah, like every different every temple you go to plays the hymn of the faith, and they play it in a different like a different vocal chord.
All right, I need to play this. Like whenever I'm writing and I need to be sad, I play this. This is a trailer for SF-14 for Burrow Reborn, by the way. This is the end of the world. Right. Caster, I'm gonna play this for you after the stream because it just builds so beautifully.
Yeah.
And you will feel things with this.
So I have to know, who is the Soulfisher character in the Midnight Walk?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's check out the comments.
Caster voices the Soulfisher character. Wait, do you?
I don't know. Do I?
That is something I need to know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I have no idea what it is.
But yeah, I'm just gonna keep that tabbed. Gosh, that's the thing about Final Fantasy is it's really good about making you feel things. Like,
yeah.
I remember Final Fantasy Adventure, which it's technically a mana game, but like the intro where you had your best friend die in your arms. And it's all like black and white 8-bit graphics, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing is like, you're playing through an adventure, and if you can't get emotionally invested in it, there's something wrong with you. It's just like watching a movie and getting invested in the story and, falling in love with the characters. It's the same thing with Final Fantasy, if you go through this whole adventure and don't feel something for a character, any character, then I don't know. I guess there's something wrong with you emotionally.
All right, here we go. Like, yeah, it's so simple, but like the fact, like, it hits you. Yeah, it's not Final Fantasy if there isn't a chocobo. That's for dang straight.
Oh yeah, you have to have chocobos. But going back to like Kingdom Hearts, yeah, like it was Kingdom Hearts was just kind of like a weird thing. Like it was the weirdest concept you ever heard. Like you were like Disney characters and Final Fantasy, those don't mesh. But it was kind of weird how they did. And I absolutely loved the first Kingdom Hearts. I loved it. I played through the whole thing several times.
And Kingdom Hearts has good music too. I won't
it's
play
got,
it. If I play any of it, we will get copyright.
Yeah, it's got great music. Absolutely loved it.
Again.
Oh, am I? Let's see here.
Also, so while Final Fantasy, I do want to say though, while Final Fantasy Adventure is technically the first mana game, how do okay, that's a good question.
That's a very good question.
They don't.
Well,
okay, that's a short answer. The long answer is there are themes, characters, and things like reoccurring things like chocobos, Biggs and Wedge, Sid, crystals. Like there's certain like the summons, a lot of the weapons. There are certain things that like reoccur a lot, but the games are in no way related to each other.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, there has been a ton of fan theories that some of the games are related. I know
Like,
for a fact that
FF10, like
FF10, FF7 are actually related, apparently. Well, I've actually heard that all the games are related and they're just on a different point of timeline. And the thing is,
that's the easy way out. That's the easy way out, really.
But apparently this spans like tens of thousands of years, you know. But I mean, you know, it's fun. You don't need to play any Final Fantasy game prior to one. So, like, if you want to play 7,
and that's the beauty of the series. That is the beauty of the series.
Yeah, so if you want to play Final Fantasy 7, you don't have to know the past 6 because they're all different stories with different worlds, different characters. But the thing is, like you were saying, like, you know, the magic systems are the same. So you have like, you know, fire, that kind of thing. The summons, you know, you have like there's different tropes, I should say, that are similar.
Did they come out and officially state that? Oh, we have a Nix in the chat. Nix is here. The stream suddenly just got a lot more awesome. So Nix, what is your favorite Final Fantasy? So Nix is a co-host on this channel. She's also regged and a moderator. So be very careful because she has mod privileges. Not free to use it. Oh God, I literally almost said to Caster, "You're starting to sound like a Zelda theory tuber."
Yeah. Unless you need bonking.
Caster needs some bonking.
I could be bonked, but I can't be banned. So that's the thing.
Wait, you're saying you can't be banned? I let that one linger.
But yet here I am. I like Tifa. Yeah, you would. No.
Nick Chan loves bunny girls. Actually, she loves Batgirls now. She has made the conversion. She is Batty Girl Nix now.
Bunny girls are so last year.
She's Batty Girl Nix now. That is her pronouns now. Her pronouns are now Batgirl Nix.
Exactly.
Respect him.
But
I do love a good old Tifa versus Aerith debate. What's funny is I think a lot of the Aerith fans, they have this idea of Aerith built up in their head, and it only partially matches the character.
I can see that, yeah.
Because the Phantom, he's rebranded, yes.
Yeah.
Like the Phantom version of Aerith is like this like beacon of purity or whatever. But if you actually play the game,
oh no, she's a brat. Yeah, she's a brat.
Some people are into that kind of things, and if you're into that kind of girl, have fun. But and that's the thing I like about like the two girls, which they are meant to be like contrasty to each other. Because you got like Tifa, who is like the tomboy, the rough and tumble. You know, she's got cleavage for days, but she is like the kindest, sweetest, most motherly, you know, person.
Yeah, exactly.
But she will smack a bitch if she has to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Scarlet learned that. I love that little mini game where you gotta hit like circle repeatedly. They try to outslap Scarlet.
Yeah, Nick kind of puts it right. Is a tomboy in canon and a ooh soft girl in fanon. I hate you guys.
Yeah, because you actually play the game. Yeah, she is a tomboy. She is kind of a bratty girl, but
like I remember playing like a little bit of the remake, and we were leaving the church, and like the ladder goes, and she says shit, like oh my god, Air said a naughty word. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like
No, that's part of the course. Yeah,
Like
part of the course for her.
while
You know.
Tifa is the I'm
I
not
think-
gonna say that again soft girl and canon tomboy and fanon. It's really weird, honestly. That is what mamas do. If someone needs it, then they get the backhand. Yeah. All right, we're talking about Final Fantasy. We're not talking about the series with the boy with the oversized shoes in the room.
Yeah.
I'm just not a Kingdom Hearts
Exactly.
fan. I don't really have much to say about it. Like, music's cool, the concept's interesting, the controls are ass.
Well, that's well, see, that's the thing is I've only played I played the first one, and I've played the second one with confusion, and that's about where I've gotten. And I say that because you have to play canonically. You have to play the Game Boy Advance game because it's basically Kingdom Hearts 1.5.
Oh God! Like that.
You know.
That was like kind of a meme when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Like the amount of homework you need to do to even understand the game. So here's how bad.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts backstory.
It's worse than the Fate series.
It's so bad. The developers have to watch videos going over the timeline of their own game just to understand the mess. Hot take, but I agree with you, Jason. Actually, I think Kingdom Hearts are overrated.
Here's the thing. I like Kingdom Hearts, but I agree with you, Jason. It has been overhyped. You know, and that's the thing is they've made the damn story so fucking convoluted and so hard to go anywhere to get figure it that it's nearly impossible for like new people to get into it. Yeah, don't bother with third. I never did. I played 1. And then I played 2 and tried to put the pieces together because I never played the Game Boy Advance
So
version.
shifting gears, so we've gotten some like Final Fantasy spin-off movies. What do you think of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children? I like it.
I like it. The dub is kind of weird at times, and because I think the translations was a little wonky.
But I will say Tifa, Rachel Lee Cook as Tifa.
Oh yeah,
she's amazing.
Yeah, the movie's pretty good. I love trying to explain the movie to people who. I remember somebody walked in on it. Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah.
All right. But like my favorite moment, I have like a favorite moment of this. Wait. So this is like after the battle. Okay. And it turns out it's his cell phone ringtone.
Yeah.
I love that joke because you think, oh, they're playing the victory theme because she won.
Yeah.
But no, it's just I love that. I think that's a great one.
Yeah. I love Advent Children, and I remember one time somebody walked in on it. Me and somebody we were playing this in the break room at a job I had and one of my coworkers brought it in, and we were watching the movie, and somebody came in and was like, "What is this movie you're watching?" And they're sitting down for a little bit watching it, and they're like, "What's in the box?" And I was like,
"What's in the box?"
Yeah, they're like, "What's in the box?" And I was like, their mother's decapitated head." And look on their face like, what?
And he's drinking in the water that is holding his mother's decapitated head to get the cells in.
Yeah, it's like the head of Genova, but they never show it. But somebody mentioned The Spirits Within, and I guess we got to talk about that.
Yeah, that's kind of inevitable. That is that movie is like so far removed from Final Fantasy. So far.
My official opinion on The Spirits Within is it is a fantastic science fiction film. It is a very bad Final Fantasy movie.
It's not like, what does he even have to tie it in there? Like a Moogle appears in one shot. Is that is that it?
It was almost like we want to make a Final Fantasy movie, but we're scared normies won't like it, so we're gonna stream it down as to the barest of bones that we can. And
I mean, is there even any bones in there? Like, there's no crystals.
That's what I'm saying.
Or like,
there's like, well,
nothing.
there's like, you have one character named Sid, and then you have a very vaguely familiar Final Fantasy VII plot where they talk about like the live stream and everything. That's about it. That's really it. Like I said, it's like, it's basically, if it's a science fiction movie, if you're judging it just by being a science fiction movie, I'd say it's pretty darn good. If it's a Final Fantasy movie,
it's got some decent visuals, especially for the time, and
very good CGI for its time. But if you're going to judge it,
the CGI kind of holds up.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, if you're going to judge it as a science fiction movie, it's a good science fiction movie. If you're going to judge it as a Final Fantasy movie, it's like boiled unseasoned chicken. It's
honestly,
not very good.
Honestly, I'll choose the chicken.
Yeah, it's not that very good.
Like, it holds up, I think. CGI. Like, as a CG movie, I like the CG, just the animation, the CG itself. I is probably a 9 out of 10. I would say everything else is a 4 out of 10. Oh God, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Time to wake up and trying to get a band.
Yeah, yeah, you're getting really close to a band, buddy.
Yeah,
you are from that line.
Dragon Ball Evolution. I would say Dragon Ball Evolution. It's almost the same thing as Spirits Within, as in like
no. Spirits Within, if you take out the Final Fantasy, is still like a somewhat kind of passable sci-fi movie. If you take out the DBZ of Dragon Ball Evolution, it's still a crappy movie.
Oh yeah, it's still a crappy movie, but I would say it's like you look at it, you're like, what does this have to do with anything?
But Dragon Ball Evolution it still has all the Dragon Ball stuff. Like, it has Goku, Master Roshi. They still made a Dragon Ball movie. It just happened to be a crap one.
Yeah, but
like,
but Spirits Within is actually but Spirits Within is actually a good movie.
Evolution is a better adaptation than Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. Crucify me, mother duckers!
That's actually honestly, that's actually an accurate statement. As much as I hate to agree with it,
just as an adaptation, it's like Dragon Ball Evolution is a better adaptation.
It did more than what it was supposed to do. It did what it was supposed to do as an adaptation.
It had all the stuff there. It had Piccolo. It got him in the costume. It was a Dragon Ball plot. It's not a good movie. But it is a better.
It does adaptate it. It's better at adapting the source material
because
to its movie.
It actually adapts Dragon Ball. Final Fantasy doesn't even try.
And it feels so wrong giving any kind of positive praise to that movie.
Oh, Black Creeper Kai's like, no.
There always must be a Sid, and also there is a Sid card for MS for I almost said MSG, MTG. And it has 15 different artworks for the 15 different Sids. That is awesome.
That's dedication. I gotta give.
Okay, here's a quick question for everybody.
Whenever call it a Dragon Ball movie, we have pissed off the Reaper King. We should be scared.
Yeah. I know, that's what I'm saying. It felt so wrong giving any kind of positive praise to that movie.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, okay, here's my question to the chat. Who is your favorite Sid? That's the thing. There always must be a Sid, even though they're not always a playable character. You know.
I'm probably going to give the normie answer and say FF7 Sid.
I gotta say FF7 Sid. I like him. He's so cool.
Yeah.
and he cusses all the time.
Oh, that's one of my favorite like moments of Evan Children. It's like, this is man talk. Shut up. And then like he's like, sexist.
Yeah.
Sexist. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like how
Like Rakai's
in
favorite
7 that
is Sid.
yeah. I would probably say my favorite character in Final Fantasy as a whole is probably, and this is I guess a normie answer also, is Vincent Valentine.
Favorite character of all, mine's Squall. But that's more just like I played FF8 when I was 12 years old. Like that. Like I will be fully honest.
Yeah.
That is the reason. Because like Squall is just like the coolest guy. I want a Gunblade. I want a Gunblade so bad. I don't care if they don't work.
Well,
I just want a Gunblade. I want a real life Gunblade.
Yeah. Well,
That's why we love
favorite
him.
Sid is 15. Yeah.
Jason, I'm
yeah,
sure there's
well,
two very large, round, soft reasons why you like her.
Yeah.
Also, she's got
But
that, like,
Final Fantasy.
also, the other thing about Sid from FF15 is she's got that like very charming Southern accent.
Yeah. But Sid Highwind from Final Fantasy 7, he you know, the thing about him though is like he is a douchebag, but you find out why he is a douchebag and you kind of sympathize with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he actually has like a character arc, you know, even though he comes in like he's one of the like last characters to join your party. He still does get a complete character arc, which I love. You know, because his dream was to go to space, and he didn't realize, and he blamed the one chick but didn't realize that she saved his life.
I'm from Texas. You just sold me on that, Sid. Can we all agree that Advent Children should either been a game? I like the movie. It's fan service. Like it's one of those things where, like, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII, you'll enjoy it. But if you're not, it's kind of like, what the f is going on here?
Yeah, you pretty much have to play the game to get the what's going on. Yeah.
Why do you want to marry her? Well, she's got huge tracts of land, and I want to plant my flag in between them. And by flag, I mean my nose. Gosh dang it, I hate it.
There are two Sids in 15, Cindy and her grandfather.
We're talking about Cindy.
Well, unless you like, you know.
I mean, some people are into that, so I'm not gonna shame them.
Yeah. You know, G Dilfs. You know.
Bonk! Bonk! Bonk, you mother ducker! Sorry, that was a sin against humanity right there. I had to respond in kind.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know, if you're into G Dilfs, that's their thing, you know. Oh boy.
I hate you.
I know it. Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
What the fuck? That's how I feel right now.
Monty Python Holy Grail reference.
Oh gosh. Let's not go to Camelot. This is a silly place. Oh gosh. Let's see here. Do you ever play Final Fantasy Mystic Quest? That was like the stuff. It was literally supposed to be baby's first RPG.
I've never even heard of it.
It's for the Super Nintendo. So I know they did a FF15 movie. I haven't seen it. I don't plan to. I know there's like a couple other media, like there's like an anime, Final Fantasy Last Order. That's like the Nibelheim incident, I believe.
Yeah.
What are some other like?
Yeah, and then there's you know, manga and stuff too. You know.
Yeah, there's manga. Is Final Fantasy 15 good? It's okay. I think I stopped right before the final boss.
Yeah, say I never played it, so I can't tell you if it is good or not.
I stepped away from it during. We're still talking about Tracks of Land. That's because they're so appealing. Oh, we have an R.J. Williams. So if you like huge tracts of land, please give us a like.
Says I actually own it, but never played it. Well, pop it in and play it. Check it out. You know. That's all I got to say about that. But one thing I think we have to acknowledge is that we have to pretty much thank Final Fantasy because whether you think Final Fantasy as a series is overrated or not, or whether you like it or love it or hate it or whatever, we all have to bow down and give Final Fantasy a huge thanks because it launched Square into the stratosphere of video game companies and made them like, a top tier AAA company. And because of that, they were able to make a whole slew of other memorable games.
The Mana series, like Mana, Legend of Mana. You got the Saga
series. Chrono Trigger.
And then you have Parasite Eve, Xenogears.
Parasite Eve.
You ever play Threads of Fate?
No, I haven't.
That was another PS1 RPG by Square. That's pretty good. We all know the best game Square ever made is the Bouncer for PS2. Yeah. But before we go, okay, two things. I'm gonna talk about the Minecraft movie for a moment, but I want to give member shout-outs. So for $5, you can become a member on the channel, and I do member shout-outs, or at least I try to do member shout-outs every stream. All right, so we got Daniel, Frederick, Justin Owens, Parrothead, Versacat. I'm sorry, I don't have trouble pronouncing the name. Nathaniel Brown, Orthodox Monks, Happy Dinosaur, Jared from Comics League, and Jason Ingram. All right, okay, I guess they're asking our opinion on video game movies. Which that was actually supposed to be our topic for next week. But the video game intro thing. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Next week is video game intros. Week after that is video game movies. We're gonna do that. And I will save my my thoughts on the Minecraft movie till then, and the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping up here. We're getting close to the 2-hour mark.
Yep.
I think Nick's kind of sums it the best. F-15's okay, but it's confusing and plot's meh. Yeah. So, we got an action-packed next 2 days for you. So, tomorrow, starting at 10, we're doing our monthly multiplayer Monday. We're playing Marvel Rivals. We're going to have Caster there. C.A. Pence, so it's time to shine. Make sure you show up. Jared and myself will be playing Marvel Rivals. And if you want to join the squad, let me know and I'll send you an invite on Marvel Rivals. And if you're a member, if you are a member of this channel and you want to join us in voice chat, let me know and I will add you. That is a member perk I am giving you. So that's going to be Monday, tomorrow at 10 p.m. All right? And we're probably going to go to about 1, I think. A couple hours. On Tuesday, we're playing some EverQuest 2 with Orthodox Monk here. Maybe some some CA Pence as well. I gotta talk to him about it. He'll be in the stream, but I don't know if he'll play the game. I think I can convince him. And then on Saturday, we're doing our Friday night feature on Mortal Kombat for the 1995 classic. Saturday, we're doing KOTOR. That's been really popping off. I gotta thank you for that. So before we go, I do need to say, so next Friday is July 4th, and I want to do something patriotic. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing another Friday night feature on the 4th. There are 2 movies I'm thinking about, and I want to put it out there for you guys. So we're probably going to do another movie. I think that's probably the best. I want something patriotic. We've already done ID4, unfortunately. The ones I'm thinking about are either Captain America: The First Avenger or The Patriot. What do you guys think? If you guys have any ideas for patriotic movies, please let me know. And while we're waiting for the chat to respond, Caster, anything you want to say?
Let's see here. Well, see, Black Ripper Kai says he will be there. All right. If you're playing Spider-Man, you better be assassinating those healers on the other team.
That'll be awesome.
I want you to be a menace.
I mean, it's only $5.
I want
we can
you
make an
to.
exception for you, Black Reaper. You've been a great support of the channel. We'll allow you the voice chat.
Yeah. I want him to basically. I want him to be such a menace that J. Jonah Jameson comes in the game.
I want Spider-Man. Pence is maidenless. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a GF. He is maidenless. Pence sitting at his dinner table across from his. I'm not going to try and pronounce that name. Magic with candlelit dinner.
Body pillow.
I need to.
Giant body pillow.
I need to buy Pence a. I will be the ultimate menace for the other team, at least.
Yeah, for the other team.
You want to be the menace of the other team, please. Yes, we encourage that, but not to us.
Or just beating his own healers up.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, friendly fire. But yeah, so I would say, if you do want to play Final Fantasy, you want to go back and play, like we mentioned earlier, you want to go back and play a lot of them. A lot of them are available on the Switch. The first 12 games are pretty much on there, minus 11. And then, you can probably find them on Steam and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's still very accessible to get to them. But I would definitely try them.
No, Black Reaper.
If
you're a menace to us, we will take care of you. And that doesn't mean take you to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We'll take you to Cleaners.
Best girl has a best girl. Way to go, best
No,
girl.
he's maidenless. He doesn't have a girlfriend. We've gone over this, guys. I haven't given him permission to have a girlfriend.
But yeah, so if you are interested in Final Fantasy, I would say go back and play some of the older games. They're really great stories. Really great music. I mean, if you love RPGs, JRPGs, they're the quintessential ones. Go ahead and play them. And if you've only played a few of them, hey, try another one, see if you like it. They are accessible. But yeah, it's Final Fantasy, probably one of the greatest gaming series of all time. And like I said, it opened the door for a lot of other great RPGs to come into the world, like Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, the Xenosaga, all that good stuff.
So yeah,
is to keep Pence maidenless.
I'm about to bonk Pence on Twitter. By the way, he did a stupid. All right. Nick's mission is to. Yes, I am Pence blocking. That is literally what I'm doing. Don't worry, I'll beat the enemies with these hands. Okay, that is allowed. Black Reaper Guy's girlfriend is Skynet. Be safe with her. So I just want to say, this has been a really fun stream. Like the last few weeks have been a blast for these Sunday streams, and you guys have been really seeming to enjoy these. So we're gonna keep doing them. Give us a like. Give us a like. I see the comment. I'll respond in a second. Give us a like. Give us a sub. Become a member if you want. But no keeping Pence maidenless. I'm gonna do the exact opposite. It's time to wake up. I will chain him to the floor if I have to.
I still don't understand the fascination with keeping Pence a cuck.
No. Oh. So if he does get a maiden, then I steal it from him. Oh, that's even better. I can cuck him. Thank you. By the way, on Tuesday or tomorrow, I'm gonna tell him that was your idea.
No.
Yes. Chaos. Please, Black Reaper. I know you're dying in my arms tonight. It must have been something I said.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, but we got 10 people on here on YouTube. That is really awesome. That's really cool. Thank you guys so much. But we will see you guys tomorrow for Multiplayer Monday, our once a month stream, where we play games together and try not to kill each other. Unless we are trying to kill each other, in which case that's awesome. But This has been Nick from the Phoenix Press. Remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one to walk.